What's up, family? Welcome back to our first midday podcast. Welcome to the Fit Friends podcast. I see there's someone tuning in on YouTube. I see there's Ruth here backstage. I'll bring her in to ask some questions a bit later. But today, we're talking about 5 reasons why it's so difficult to lose belly fat. This is a hot topic. Most people want to learn and understand why they struggle with losing belly fat. So stay tuned. Reasons why it's so difficult to lose belly fat. Welcome back, family. So, yeah, we're talking about 5 reasons why it's so difficult to lose belly fat. A lot of people ask me about this. Coach, I've tried everything. I've lost fat everywhere else except for my belly area. It's so difficult for me to lose fat in this area. How do I do it? So, yeah, I've created a quick video to talk about 5 reasons why it's so difficult to lose belly fat, right? So let's get right into it. Reason number one, your stomach fat is naturally harder to shift. What do I mean by this? Okay, so basically, we carry two fat cells in our body, mainly alpha and beta. Of the two cells, alpha responds better to exercise and training for weight loss, right? Beta cells are more stubborn. This is why, when trying to lose weight, you mainly see weight loss on the face and the legs, while the stomach area is super stubborn since it has more cells, more beta cells, right? So, a lot of people now need to understand that on a genetic level, the body already finds it very difficult to work and lose these fat cells, what they refer to as visceral fat in and around the stomach area, right? Why? Because it's under the muscles, right? So that's why some people can have like a six pack on top of mkaba, for example, right? Certain people can have like a big belly and have muscle definition on top. So visceral fat is deep underlying fat, right? It's very difficult to deal with it. Reason number two, you're eating too much sugar. Obviously, a lot of people are dealing with this excessive sugar intake. Excessive sugar intake. Why is this a problem? The body converts and stores sugar as fat cells around the stomach area, right? And obviously, you don't want that. You don't want to deal with this visceral fat because we've just established that it's very difficult to break it down. But before we continue, I see there's 5 people tuning in on YouTube. Leave a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd like to know exactly who's tuning in, who's looking to learn how to deal with the fat in and around the stomach area. So here are some of the main causes that lead us to having excessive alcohol intake, that lead us to having excessive sugar, I mean to say. So it's alcohol, too much alcohol. A lot of people drink too much alcohol. Ciders have a lot of sugar in there. Alcohol is actually fermented sugar, right? So obviously, when you're consuming lots and lots of alcoholic beverages, obviously you're causing yourself major problems. Hence, especially if you think about the ciders that women drink, women enjoy ciders. Ciders have lots and lots of sugar, right? So make sure you control your cider intake if you're trying to control the weight in and around the stomach area, right? Then eating too much sweets. I don't know if any of you can relate with this, but if you're eating too much sweets, obviously, uh, you're going to deal with this issue, right? Let's check out who's in the comment section. Hello, Shirley. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some feedback and also hearing from you guys as to whether you find this to be something that you've been dealing with, and yeah, I want to hear. Let's discuss. Ask me questions. Let's talk a bit more. Yeah, I did ask a question here. Leave a comment if you know you struggle with sugar addiction. Sugar is very addictive, actually. Sugar is more addictive than cocaine. Most people don't know this, but sugar is probably the most addictive substance on the planet. A lot of people are dealing with sugar issues, right? If you're tuning in on Instagram, we're talking about 5 reasons why it's so difficult to lose belly fat, right? You can use the link in our bio to head over to YouTube so you can tune in and get to see the presentation that we're talking about. There are 5 key reasons why you're dealing with belly fat in and around the stomach area, right? What's referred to as visceral fat. Most people are dealing with this and they find it very difficult to break down the fat in that area. So I'm breaking down 5 reasons why it's so difficult. We've already spoken about 2, right? One being you're eating too much sugar, and the first one being that you're dealing obviously with visceral fat, this alpha and the beta cells, right? Uh, the stomach area has more beta cells, meaning you find it more difficult to break down the fats in and around that area. Nah? So leave a comment, Helen. Thanks for tuning in. Leave a comment if you think you have a sugar addiction. A lot of people spend their day snacking, eating different sweets and so forth, and they don't realize that this is what's causing their problem. Or what? Then number 3, eating too much, portion sizing. Nah? A lot of people are about to measure the portions tsa bona, and obviously, uh, kokasi, our portions are big. They're big. Wayibona le kota e hore kana kang. The number of calories in this meal is hectic. So obviously, if you're trying to control weight gain in and around the stomach area, you have to control your portion sizing. Nah? You have to. It's very important. Eating more often means eating more calories than you burn daily. What do we mean by this? So a lot of people they eat so many calories but they don't move enough. You get no exercise, you get no movement, you spend all day sitting, you don't burn the calories that you're consuming. That's a problem. Nah? That's a huge problem. So make sure to control your portion sizing. I think I pulled up a video here where Azzy talks a bit about what she refers to as the plate model, right? The plate model basically tells you how to divide your plate into 4 quarters and plan your meal, right? So I'm gonna push it forward so we can hear from her a bit. Let me open the audio. Oh.
Yes. So if you look at the
Plate down into quarters, like you're saying, and you want to fill these quarters with these respective food groups, nah?
yes,
Okay, so run us through that again. I see here it's meats. I assume it's carbs here, and then
yes,
it's your greens and leafy vegetables, nah?
yes. So if you look at the plate model, it starts with the protein. So you want to make sure that you're eating at least a quarter of your plate of whether it's beans, lentils, chickpeas, or chicken, mince, fish. You want to make sure you're having a quarter of your plate of that. Remember, with fish, it has a lot of good, it has anti-inflammatory properties, basically meaning that it gets rid of inflammation, really good for immune health. So you want to make sure you're having fish 3 times a week, especially things like pilchards or tuna. Those are nice budget-friendly ones. Or you can go for your trout and your salmon, those kinds of ones if that allows in your budget. Also, chicken's good. Limit your red meats. Don't have it more than twice a week, or don't have more than 300 grams of red meat a week. And then when it comes to your carbs, there's different kinds of carbs. So you have your more refined starch or refined carbs. So that's more processed. That's maybe your white bread. That's your pastas. Those can have a place in your diet, definitely. But you always need to try and go for your higher fiber options. And you can still have your pasta and things as long as you're pairing it with a lot of vegetables. Then it's at least you're adding that extra fiber that you wouldn't have had. So yeah, you always want to go more for whole grain. That's what we say when it comes to your carbs. And then
Okay. Okay, so run us through that again. Hear me? How many liters of water? How many liters of water should I drink to help lose belly fat? Okay, I don't think it's necessarily belly fat that, or well, it's necessarily water consumption that will aid in breaking down belly fat. No, um, I don't think it's the only way to break down belly fat. You probably need a good balance of training, good balance of eating well. Like we said, we've mentioned Jorge, there are 5 reasons. Sorry, guys, my mic was off. Hope you can hear me. Those on YouTube, my mic was off. I'm just answering a question here on Instagram. Tepiso wants to know how many liters of water should you drink to help lose belly fat? So yeah, it's not just water consumption. Nah. Water is just one side of it. To lose belly fat, visceral fat, Onida who induce a deficit, a calorie deficit, such that your body is going to break down this fat in and around that area. Nah? Over time, it's incremental. It doesn't happen overnight. And then why? Because this fat in the visceral area is harder to break down than fats in and around your face, on your arms, on your legs, etc. Right? Why? Because it's deep lying. It lies inside under your muscles, right? So it's very difficult for you to break it down. So yes, drinking good amounts of water is important, but I don't think it will break it down the fat. You need to exercise, you need to eat well, and you need to watch your calorie intake. And then over time, you should see weight loss in and around that area. It won't happen without exercise, mind you, especially if your body type endomorph. Nah? So here I'm gonna read it again. If you're an endomorph, endomorphs are said to have higher percentage of fat with less muscle mass. They're often heavier and rounder, but not necessarily obese because of their physical makeup. People with endomorphic bodies are more sensitive to calorie consumption than people with other body types. Yeah. So make sure you know what your body type is. There are 3 body types: endomorph, ectomorph, mesomorph. Nah, most people get it endomorph. So holy endomorph will gain weight in and around your stomach area. Hey Ruth, turn on your mic. How are you? Please turn on your mic. I want to find out from you what body type you think you are. Leave a comment. Let me know what body type you think you are if you're tuning in on Instagram. Sorry, guys, my mic was off. The mic is back on right now. So, yeah, we've already mentioned 4 reasons why it's so difficult for you to lose belly fat. Number 1 was, let's go all the way back. Number 1 was your stomach fat is naturally harder to shift. Why? Because this visceral fat, which is very hard for you to burn. Why? We carry these 2 fat cells, alpha and beta, in and around our body, right? And of the 2, beta cells are more difficult to break down. Yeah? And the beta cells are the ones that we find mostly in and around our stomach area. Yeah? And then reason 2, sugar consumption. A lot of people consume too much sugar and they don't notice it because most products deny so much sugar. Yeah? So alcohol, too much alcohol and too much sweets or snacking. Yeah? Let me see comment now. My body is stubborn, but I tend to lose quicker in the upper body and my love handles take longer than my thighs. Yes, yes. That's because of this visceral fat, vale. Visceral fat, ke yona e leng nzima gore we share, we break it down. It does take time. The last area of the body that's probably going to respond to breaking down the fat is that area. Why? Because the fat sits behind the abdominal skin layer. It sits right behind. It's deep lying. Nah? It's deep lying. So it's very difficult to lose fat in and around this area. Head over to YouTube so you can see the presentation visually. Use the link in the bio. Then you can see the presentation that we're pushing through. Sorry, guys, for those who are tuning in on YouTube, we're back again. My mic was off, but I'm back now. So, yeah, leave a comment. Do you think you have a sugar addiction? Do you think you have a sugar addiction? Then we've spoken about portion sizing. It's very important. Make sure your portion sizing is sharp. Don't overeat. Don't overeat. What happens when you overeat? You have too much calories and your body doesn't consume them. Why, Bon? Your body doesn't burn them. Why? Because you're not active enough. You're not moving around enough. You're too static. Udutsi most of the time, but you're consuming all these calories that you're not gonna need. What will the body do? Store them in and around the stomach area. For what? Later use. But this later use seldom comes because most people are moving around anyway. And let's go down. Eating more often means more calories than you burn daily, right? You have to move around. You have to exercise. You have to train. You have to get more active in terms of your daily needs. Oren, please revise the portion sizes again. Okay, I'll come back again to that. Oren, my problem is overeating. Yes. Head over to YouTube, please. Use the link in our bio. Head over to YouTube and then leave a comment. I'll push your comments through and we can talk a bit more. And then I can unpack the topic again. For those who are streaming on Instagram, we're talking about 5 reasons why it's so difficult to lose belly fat. You get a better viewing experience by checking it out on YouTube. We've got a whole presentation prepared. Everyone that's on YouTube, please leave a comment. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if everything is good. If you've got questions, drop the questions here in the comment section so we can talk more. So we've already addressed the 3 reasons why it's so difficult for you to lose belly fat, right? So portion sizing, super critical. Nah? Here's a quick video on portion sizing. So I'm just gonna recap. We don't have to rewatch again. So Azi mentions that for you to control your intake, you must split your plate into 4 sections, right? It's your carbs, it's your greens, and it's your protein. Nah? Into 3, actually. Split your plate into 3, my bad. The 1/2 is greens. Fill the 1/2 with greens. Fill 1/4 with meat, and then fill another quarter with carbs. Nah? That's what Azi says. Azi mentions that you must make sure you split your plate. That's how you can maintain and control your portion intake Welcome, guys. I see there are more people tuning in on YouTube. Leave your questions here, then I'll push them into screen and we can talk a bit more and we can unpack this topic. Nah? Talking about
So
five
run us through that
reasons.
again. I see
5 reasons why it's so difficult to lose belly fat. Nah? Then here's the 4th reason. We're back on this again. So for those who don't know, there are 3 body types. Nah? Or sumo types. I think that's the word. Sumo types. Sometimes they refer to it as sumo types. Nah? 1 ectomorph, 2 mesomorph, 3 endomorph. Nah? And how does this affect you? Depending on your body type, your body reacts differently to certain things, right? Ectomorph, chemotoling naturally slender. As you can see here in this diagram on the right, on the left, this lady here is slender. Naturally, they find it difficult to gain weight. They find it difficult to build muscle, right? And usually, as much as they'd like, but they won't really pick up any weight as such. Then here in the middle, mesomorph. This is the athlete of the two. Usually, mesomorphs are athletes. They bulk easily, they lose weight easily. Their body responds well to exercise and training. Nah? Then Kamo on the far right, endomorph. This is the dreaded endomorph. Nah? If you're an endomorph, you pick up weight in and around the stomach area very easily. A lot of people deal with this as a problem now. Most people are endomorphs. Comment here if you think you're an endomorph. Leave a comment if you think you're an endomorph. And here's the description of what an endomorph is. Nah? Endomorphs are said to have higher percentage of body fat with less muscle mass. They're often heavier and rounder, but not necessarily obese. Because of their physical makeup, people with endomorphic bodies are more sensitive to calorie consumption than people with other body types. So if you're an endomorph, it's super, super important for you to control your calorie consumption. So portion sizing is very important. Eh? Portion sizing, we've already spoken about this. Portion sizing, split your plate into 3, 1/2, and then split the other half into 2. So 2 quarters and 1/2. The 1/2, fill it with greens and veggies. The 1/4, carbs. The other quarter, your protein, your meat. Nah? As he mentioned that. Then here's the 5th reason. You're only relying on eating clean. Nah? Most people think that just eating clean is the only way to share body fat in and around the stomach area, and that's not possible, right? That's not possible. You have to mix it with exercise and training. You have to. Why? Because give visceral fat and it sits deep lying. That's why you can find people who eat healthy, super healthy, but still vegan or whatever they may be, but still unalemkaba. So you have to mix it with exercise and training, and you have to be patient, right? Trust the process, train, exercise, at least 4 times a week. So here at 21, obviously we run our fitness program and we train with our participants on a daily basis. We train 4 times a week, every evening, live stream, and then we train Saturdays as well. So for those who aren't aware, you can join our fitness program and we can get it and we can train. This is our community, obviously. We're training people from all walks of life, and we're aiding them using content like this to help you reach your fitness and weight loss goals, right? My goal is to help the 7 out of 10 South African women who are obese or overweight to change this paradigm for themselves. Né? So yeah, you have to exercise. That's number 5. Most people are just relying on eating healthy or inducing some sort of diet regimen to help them lose weight in and around the stomach area. You can't run from the exercise. You have to find balance. Nah? Yo Lebu, only an interesting question here. Can you change your body type? Like, can I go from endomorph to mesomorph? You can sit in the middle, right? I think that's what you mean. Yes, you can sit in the middle. There are people who sit in the middle. It's not actually fixed in that. Okay, ectomorph, and that's it. You can be an ectomeso, right in between, and you can be an endo meso as well, right in between, right? Ube bulky, muscular, but still ubele maybe the stomach and the core, right? Ubele mkab. Yeah, so I left the link in the comment section there For those who want to join live on screen, because we've still got about 30 minutes, if you want to join live on screen to ask your question, use that link and it'll bring you in here backstage. Then I can push you through and we can talk a bit more. Hope that answers your question, Nelebo. Your body type can sit in the middle, right? You can sit in the middle, meaning, yes, you can sway from meso into endo, or you can sway from endo into meso. You can sort of be in the middle. So yeah, it's very important to align your training and eating with your body type. Nah, one. It's very important. Why? Because if you don't know your body type, obviously you can't achieve your goal. You must know your body type. So let's talk a bit about what the different body types should do to induce weight loss. Nah? So we've already spoken about 5 reasons why it's so difficult to lose body fat and what you can do to induce the weight loss, how to control it. We'll recap in a bit after I've spoken about what type of training regimen each individual should be on, depending on your body type. Nah? Let me just pause on this side. So if you're ectomorph, let me go back, bring back the presentation. In fact, there we go. If you're ectomorph, nah, which is the one on the right, so again, naturally slender, thin frame. A lot of the time, these people, their goal is to gain weight, nah, but gain weight or build muscle mass. So your training should be how? Minimize the cardio, as little cardio as possible. Induce a calorie surplus. Eat more calories than you burn daily. Okay, so you can gain weight incrementally over time. So these are the only people who I will condone gore baje haholo or baje in calorie surplus. Nah. But obviously the right type of calories, not junk food, not all this other stuff. It low good types of food. And then your training should be strength based, strength resistance training, right? So training under load, lifting weights, it's heavy. Build a muscle mass if we're ectomorph. Then number 2, if we're mesomorph right in between and you're looking to maintain, so it depends, what is your goal, right? If you're looking to maintain, control your calorie intake, right? Don't be in surplus, don't be in deficit, just sit right in the middle, eat balanced, nah? Train balanced, do a balanced amount of cardio, do a balanced amount of strength and fitness training, right? Resistance training. Then if we endomorph, lots and lots of cardio. At least 3 to 4 times a week when at amelo with a cardio, because you're trying to break down this visceral fat, fat editing in and around the stomach area, and then you must also induce a calorie deficit. Nah? So how do you induce a calorie deficit? You burn more calories than you consume daily. So the best way to usually do that is to make sure or calculate your calories. It's quite technical to calculate calories. So if you can access a meal plan, it'll to a calorie deficit. So we are working on that. We are working on a package for our next subscription model with Azivele. We're going to be dropping meal plans. These meal plans will be divided into 3. Nah? 1, you'll be able to get a meal plan etusanga gaining mass, so a calorie surplus, right? One that will induce weight gain. Then there will be a second meal plan, etusanga weight loss, one that induces a calorie deficit, right? Then there will be a third meal plan for maintaining. So for those who will be subscribed to that subscription, you will receive a new meal plan every 3 months that is made by Azi that you can follow. And we've customized it for Batu. Because usually the meal plans, they're trying to get you to eat things that we don't usually eat as Batu. So me and Azi specifically structured it for Batu. Ibe di foods tse vele rona tse re di jang, and yeah, a lot of the foods that we eat normally, some of them are healthy depending on how you've prepared them. They'll also come with recipes that you can eat on a daily basis, right? So you'll be able to access that. So if you're looking to either align your nutritional habits, get a meal plan, right? So either you can get one from us, or you can consult a dietitian. Nah, the snag with consulting a dietitian is that the consultation fee is not cheap. I think it's 1,500. Yeah, as he told me, 1,500 for you to sit down with her and for her to structure a meal plan for you. Our pricing, we're looking to price anywhere between 550 and 600. We're still working the pricing model for you to be able to access this meal plan and the training program, right? So you'll get access to a monthly training program. Yeah, 21 days with us, and you also get access to the meal plan that will help you align with your weight loss and fitness goals, right? I see there are a couple of people tuning in on YouTube. Yeah, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd like to know who's tuning in, guys. Uh, let's engage. Ask me questions. Let's talk. I want to know, Jorge, what are some of the challenges that you're facing with your weight loss goal? I know the belly fat issue is a big, big one. So yeah, uh, let me recap so we can round it up. One, why it's so difficult to lose belly fat? It's because the type of fat that sits in and around the stomach area, right? There are two types of cells, alpha and beta, right? And of the two, beta is more stubborn, and those are the fat cells we find in and around the stomach area. Nah? That is why you find it easier to lose weight in your face and on your arms and on your legs, but the stomach area is so difficult. Nah? Visceral fat, behind the abdominal wall. Nah? The muscle. So it's very difficult for we break it down. Nah. Two, let me bring back the presentation so you can see. Two, eating too much sugar. That is the enemy for most people. Nah. Why? You eat too much sugar. Sugar gives energy, right? It's a fuel source for the body. So because you're not moving around enough, you're not active enough, what does the body do? Convert that sugar into fat cells and stores it for later use. Okay? It assumes that you're going to use it later. But now we are consuming more and more of it, but we are not moving. Yeah? So here are some of the causes: too much alcohol, eating too much sweets, yeah? Then portion size. A lot of people are gluttonous, reject too much. You eat too much food, whatever. And again, you're not moving once again. No. Then body type, we've just broken that down in depth, Endomorph, we've spoken about that. Then just relying on eating clean, we've also spoken about that. There's no way you can just rely on eating clean and think that it's going to help you break down the fat in and around the stomach area. There are people that have been training for quite some time and they've seen massive results in terms of their weight loss. It's just the stomach area. So it does take time. You need to be patient. You need to consider all these aspects in your journey. Gore o tlo kgona go aid the weight loss. Tlo kgona go reach your goal hunt. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, I see you guys don't really want to comment much. So yeah, I don't have much to talk about anymore. If you guys have, more questions, more pressing questions, more things that we can talk about, tomorrow we'll be talking about on Wednesday. I'm still gonna decide on tomorrow's topic, but on Wednesday we'll be talking about how to be more consistent with your training. And we'll have a guest on the show who's going to share her weight loss journey with us. And then on Thursday, we'll be talking about health benefits of smoothies, right? We'll have rooted berry. We'll have rooted berry or Pumlile coming onto the show. She runs Rooted Berry. Rooted Berry is a company that sells smoothie packs, right? So she sells smoothie packs which are shipped to you. She used smoothie packs to lose what did she say? 16 kgs, if I'm not mistaken. 60 or 25 kgs, somewhere there. But she'll let us know when we talk to her on Thursday. So we'll be interviewing her, talking to her about her journey and how you can use smoothies as meal replacements. So she says that she used smoothies as a great way to get a quick meal in because of her schedule, which makes it difficult for her to eat clean a lot of the time because mhlomong she's at work. Some of her work requirements make it difficult for her to be able to actually eat healthy. So smoothies was a great way for her to get her micronutrients in without breaking the bank. No? So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll announce the topic later today, what we're going to be talking about. Peace. Have a good day.